Hello everyone and welcome again to your English course by Conamat Ecatepec. Today we're gonna look at three topics. The first is the present continuous has a function relation to synchronic presence. I mean the present continuous for the future, right? As a second function employs this structure to refer to plans of future events. The object of this exercise is to help you identify and express the future events, right? I mean, by the end of this topic, of this class, you will be able to express yourselves concerning necessary desire, preference, and dislikes through the daily activities performed by members of a family. To properly use verb needs, wish, want, like, and dislike in the present tense, right? The structure of this present continuous can be used in two situations. First, refers to action in the process or things that are happening at the moment of speaking. For example, I am listening music at the moment. When? Right now, right? The second use is referred to plans or activities in a short-term future, certain and consequence expected. For example, I'm coming to school tomorrow. This is the first use. The second use, for example, I mean, I'm coming to school tomorrow. Right? Or for example, she is not seeing her friends this weekend. Right? Things that are happening in a future, in a future short term, right? Now, for this topic, you have one exercise for your home. My plans for the weekends. Write a little text in the present continuous about plans for the new for the next weekend. Included a brief introduction. You can follow in the Peter, for example, the Peter in Japan. Uh, but you can follow some linkers. For example, additional linkers additional linkers like and also or to, or cause effect linkers, For example, closely linkers, maybe because or so. And for the last, this part, contrast linkers. For example, but, right? This was the first topic. Now, the next topic is idiomatic future for be going to. Next topic, idiomatic future with be going to. Right? I mean, my future plans. For example, Sarah is going to travel to Dubai in summer. Example with this, Sarah, the subject, is going to Sarah, verb to be, going to, modal verb, going to Dubai in summer. Right. Another example with this, the Johnsons are going, the Johnsons are going to spend Christmas in Chicago. The Johnsons are going to spend Christmas in Chicago, right? Now, we use be going to when we talk about specific future actions, right? You are going to find in this it useful and essential if you want to express yourself, or you want to express your future plans. Celebrations are only events. I think about for one moment these questions. What are you going to do the next weekend? Where are you going to travel to the next year? What are you going to do in your birthday? Right? The idiomatic future is useful to talk about for the future plans. Right? Yes, future plans. This is past, this is present, this is future. I mean, it's like, right? For the future plans, I'm going to, Sarah is going to Dubai in summer, right? The Johnsons are going to spend Christmas in Chicago, right? Please take note for this. I'm gonna delete all this. Now, idiomatic future going to. We wanna we have to use for this. The first going to is use for future action. The first use for going to. For future actions, right? Now, for example, the structure is the next. The structure first, it's for example, to be, the verb to be, got to be, verb to be, was going to, and the last, the future actions. I mean, the verb in simple form. Now, for example with this, I'm going to watch the TV. I want to. I'm going to. The first, I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch a film on TV. Next, well, another example with this. For example, my friends are going to. My friends are going to have come over to watch the game, right? Now, this is the first use. The second use for the going to or idiomatic future, it's use idiomatic future when you have decided and intend to do something. Repeat, use idiomatic future when you have decided when you have decided and intend to do something. I mean, for example, uh, we are going to take an exam this Friday. We are going to take, we to be, subject to be, going to, verb in simple form. We are going to take an exam this Friday. Right? This is another example with this. And the third use for this, third use. Now, we use going to or idiomatic future, it's the same. We use going to for predictions based on evidence, right? For example, with this, it's going to rain. It's going to rain. Why? Because there are black clouds. I mean, prediction based on evidence. Prediction it's going to rain. Why do you say that it's going to rain? Because there are black clouds in the sky, right? It's going to rain. Another example with this, for example, that cup it's going to fall. That cup is going to fall. Why? Why did you say this thing? Because in this case, for example, this is a table, right? And we have a cup. Can you see this? Why do you say this? Right, because it's on the edge of the table. I mean, está en la orilla de la mesa, right? That cup is going to fall, right? Prediction based on evidence, right? Please take note for this. Are you ready? Now, the next. Now, try to analyze these examples. The first example is we are not going to. We are not going to see Tanya later. Right? The next is, I don't know, because she already has plans. Now, this is the first example. Check this other example. Sandy is not going to. Sandy is not going to save my money, save any money. Why? Because she has to pay her rent. Her rent. Next example. They don't have any time left. They don't have any time left. Right? Why? Because they are not going to. They are not going, because they are not going to have lunch right now. Can you see these words? Not, not, not. This is for negative sentence. For negative sentence, use the verb to be and not. Not. Right? Now, for questions, this is for negative. Now, for questions, this is a structure. For questions, use the verb to be as auxiliary, at the beginning of the sentence. For example, are you going to travel? Are you going to travel to Barbados next summer? In this case, we have to switch the words. In affirmative, you are going to travel to Barbados next summer. In questions, switch the words and are you going to travel to Barbados next summer? Another example with this, for example, I don't know. Uh, is Raul going to give me a ride? Right? I mean, what means this in Spanish? Raúl me va a dar un aventón, un raite, de ahí viene la palabra raite, ¿no? Es un Spanglish in between right and right, I don't know. Right. Exercise first for this new structure for you. First, write write a negative sentence based on the prompts. Follow the example. Now, for example, my parents meet my parents my parents meet my teachers tomorrow. Now I'm gonna write all these words, but in negative. I mean, my parents are not going to. My parents are not going to meet my teachers tomorrow. Please take note for this in your laptop or take a screenshot, and I'm gonna give you some exercise for this new structure. Are you ready? I'm gonna delete all this. Exercise. First, I'm gonna give you some words. Then try to write these words, but in a negative way. Now, the first exercise, the first sentence, it's Sarah and Rob slash Sarah and Rob wear costumes on Halloween. The next exercise for this, we visit my parents-in-law next winters. The next is drizzling tomorrow night. Repeat, it drizzling tomorrow night. Next exercise, I do any homework this evening. Five. And the last exercise, Charlie supervise office work on Saturday. Repeat. Charlie supervises the office on Saturday. El ejercicio es, tienes que escribir este conjunto de palabras, estas oraciones, pero a futuro y en negativo. ¿Ok? Tienes 30 segundos y las empiezo a resolver. How would the first one turn out? ¿Cómo quedaría el primero? Repeat, how would the first one turn out? Check this. Now, I'm gonna give you the answers for this. The first sentence for this is Sarah and Rob are not going to. Right? I'm not going. Sarah and Rob are not going to wear costumes on Halloween. Now, this is the first. First. Now, second exercise, it's like we are not going to visit my parents-in-law next winter. We are not going to visit my parents-in-law the next winter. And the third exercise, it is not going to, it is not going, it is not going to do any homework. Do any homework this evening. The fourth sentence, I'm not going to do, I'm not going, I'm not going to do any homework. I'm not, not I'm not going to do, I know, me equivoqué, perdónenme. La 4 es en you're sleep tomorrow night. Oh, no, esta. You're sleep tomorrow. Tomorrow night. I need to visit my parents-in-law next winter, the next winter. And this is, I'm not going to do any homework this evening. Any this evening. And the 5, it's like Charlie is not going to, Charlie is not going to supervise the office on Saturday. Right? Now, the next exercise, it's the writing part. Let's write an email. How often do you write emails? When did you last write an email? Imagine you will a trip to England soon. Write an email to a friend explaining what you are going to do there. Right? For example, Dear Elizabeth, how are you? I have heard from you in a while. I want to talk to you about many things. One of them is that I am about to leave for England. Yes, just like you read it. I'm going to pick up my tickets today. I'm supposed to be in the agency by noon. I wrote a tour, so I am going to visit the most famous touristic places. I'm going to drink English tea. I'm going also going to wear warm clothes because they told me it is freezing there. I am not going to buy any souvenirs. I'm going to buy many souvenirs because I want to save money to travel a lot. Are you going somewhere? Miss you, right? This is for the writing. Try to write an email of less between 50 or 60 words, right? Now, for the part of the speaking, please take a screenshot for this. Now, for the speaking part. Now, my weekend agenda, right? My weekend agenda. Please take check these following questions. What are you going to do at the weekend? What are you going to do at the weekend? This is the first question. The next, what are you going to do? Are you going to study English? Next questions, are you going to the movies? And finally, are you going to visit relate? Now, write 10 sentence using going to about your plans for this weekend. The complete activity should take you on more than 10 minutes. Now, this is the second homework. The last part of this class of this topic is one exercise, right? We'll check the next questions and decide if they are correctly or incorrectly write them, right? Please take a screenshot for this homework for you. Is he, and we'll see, going to travel to Europe? This is the first. Now, the second, is Erica going to visit? Is Erica going to visit her mom in the USA? The next, are you going are you going to go to the supermarket on Monday morning? On Monday morning? Go to the supermarket on Monday morning. 4. Is Glenn going to? Is Glenn going to buy tickets for the concerts? And the last, are you going to watch Are you going to watch a movie right now? Now, take your time for decide if the word is correct or incorrect. What do you say? The first question, it's correct or incorrect? What do you say? The first question is correct, right? Why? Because he or Lucy is a plural, right? No, sorry, it's it's wrong. It's wrong because his is for singular and he or Lucy is plural. The correct it's like are are and Lucy going to travel? Are he and Lucy going to travel? The first is incorrect. Are he and Lucy going to travel? Now the next is Erica going to visit her mom in USA? In this case, the question is correct because he is for singular and Erica is singular for she, right? I mean, this is for she. Are you going to go to the supermarket on the Monday? In this case, yes. Also, it's correct. Four, is Glenn going to buy tickets for the concert? In this case, yes, is correct. And the last, are you going to watch a movie right now? In this case, is correct. Right? Now, the next topic for this. Llegamos a al final de la primera parte de esta clase. Vamos a seguir con el siguiente tema, valga la redundancia, es igual del futuro, pero ahora con will. Lo que acabamos de ver es going to. Y el siguiente va a ser con will, de modal, del el verbo modal, will. Antes de eso, pues te quiero recordar que estamos transmitiendo completamente en vivo desde el Conomat. Esta es nuestra penúltima clase de inglés. El miércoles es la última y con eso completamos 30 horas de clase. Y si lo piensas, vimos lo que fue el presente en varias de sus formas, pasado en varias de sus formas y ahorita estamos viendo el futuro, además de un montón de verbos modales y verbos regulares e irregulares y su conjugación, así como muchísimas reglas gramáticas y muchísimos ejercicios. Nos vamos a seguir con esta segunda parte de aquí hasta las 7 de la noche con el auxiliar modal will, right. In this part of the class, you will learn how to use the future simple in affirmative, negative, and interrogative sentence to express a personal opinion based on your experience and improvised decisions improvise decisions, right? By the end of this part of this class, you will be able to will make affirmative, negative, and interrogative sentence to us for information, predict future events based on conversations, answer to daily situations and personal experiences, or give your opinion about an event. An event. Now, the first, how will Tokyo's blue rain look like? This is the first example. Repeat. The first is how will Tokyo's violet how will Tokyo's violet train look like? Now this is the first example. Do you ever wonder how the tourists will travel on the Olympics? What structure will Tokyo stadiums have in 2025? Repeat, repeat. What structure will Tokyo? What structure will Tokyo stadiums have? In 2025. Right. There are many ways to talk about of the future, and each and every one carries an implicit meaning. In this topic, we are going to talk about the future, right? You can use will in different contexts. So let's start with the structures now. Use of will, right? The use of will. The first use of will is for decisions. At the moment of speaking, right? Decisions at the moment of speaking, right? For example, check this example. A, subject B, and subject A again. Now, for example, the first person says, "Welcome to my house. Come in, please." And the second subject, the second person says, "Thank you. Your house looks beautiful." Then he or she says, Sorry, I forgot to close the door. And the person A says again, don't worry, I'll close it. Don't worry. Now, I'll I'll and I will, it's the same, right? I'll close it. Yo la voy a cerrar. Una decisión que se tomó al momento de estar hablando a futuro, right? The next. Dejen tomar agua. Right, express personal opinion about a future events. Express a personal opinion about a future event. Right. Now, for example, I think this color will look better on you. I think, personal opinion, this color, I think means yo creo que, or no pienso, sino yo creo que, I think this color will look better on you. Will look better on you, right? For example, the color of a t-shirt, of the color or I don't know, blues or a scarf, I don't know. I think this color will look better on you, right? Now, the third is this. Predictions about the future. Predictions about the future considering own experience. Repeat the prediction about the future considering own experience. Right? Or knowledge. Or knowledge. Now, for example, imagine that Pedro going to New Orleans and having a great holiday, right? Now, imagine Juan going to New Orleans having the worst holiday on his life, right? Now, imagine me asking them, do you think I will have a nice holiday in New Orleans. And Pedro says, I think New Orleans, you will be a great holiday for you. Repeat, I think New Orleans, I think the New Orleans, a great holiday for you. Now, Juan says, in this case, Juan says, New Orleans is horrible. New Orleans is horrible. You won't enjoy this experience. Right? You won't enjoy this experience or that experience, right? Prediction about the future considering own experience or own knowledge, right? Please take note for this one. Por favor, anota todo eso o tómale screenshot y pasamos con las otras dos que nos faltan. Te doy 10 segundos para que lo hagas, por favor. Y en un momento más retomamos. I'm gonna delete all this. Now, the third form or offers and refuse. Offers, offers and refuse. Now, for example, The first is will you marry me? And the second person says, yes, I will. And the last one, for this case, for promise. For promise, for example, I promise you that I promise, I promise you that I will, I will do my best. I promise you that I will do my best, right? Now, the forms of this sentence. In this case, the first is sentence using will use the following form. Now, the first is for affirmative. The affirmative is subject will, verb in simple form, subject will, verb in simple form, and complement. Now, one example for this exercise, for this structure. You will win the lottery. You subject will win, verb in simple form, the lottery. Now, te ganarás la lotería. Now, the next, it's for negative. Now, for negative, it's very easy because you have just add not after the will. Now, the structure it's subject will not, verb in simple form, and complement. Now, for negative, check this negative. You will not, you will not, you will not discover the verb in simple form, discover, occur immediately. You will not discover a cure immediately. Now, the last is for, please take note for this one. Are you ready? Now, the next, interrogative and interrogative with WH words. First, interrogative. Now, interrogative with will, the structure is the next. First, will, in this case, we switch the words, the order of the words. Remember, in the affirmative, it's like subject, will, verb in simple form, etc. For questions, the first is will. Then, subject plus verb in simple form, verb, sorry. Plus complement, right? Will, subject, verb in simple form, complement. And question mark, right? Now, one example with this is like, will you see, will you see, will, subject, verb in simple form. See, will you see children wedding? Children, remember the possessive case, wedding, right? And question mark. Now for interrogative, double H words. Now the structure for this one, it's like where the double H word first double H word, will, subject, verb in simple form, complement, and question mark. Plus, subject plus, verb simple form plus, and plus. right? Now, one example with this structure, maybe where will you, where will, where will you live in 10 years? Where will you live in 10 years, right? ¿Dónde vivirás dentro de 10 años, right? Characteristics of will. The first, will is a verb different from other verbs. Actually, its official name is modal verb. Right? Will is a modal verb. Then it is a modal verb that expresses an intention or an idea. It doesn't express an action. This is important because will don't expresses an action. Will expresses an idea. On or maybe an idea or an intention, right? Expresses an idea on an intention, right? Now, the modal verbs don't have conjugations. For example, will is exclusively for the future, right? Now, all this is all for the part of the grammar part. Now, please take note for this one, and then I'm gonna give you one homework, right? Now, the next part is for the writing part. I mean homework. For the writing part, check this. The name of this writing part is How Will Life Look in 2026? Repeat. How, how will you life, I mean your life, right? How will your life look in 2026, right? In this past, do you think about the futures, right? On this activity, you will practice the use of will. According to the use of will expected in the content, write between 50 or 70 words about where you think you will be in 2028. Include it, you have to include it. I mean, for this homework, you have to include it, the activities you think you will do. First, the activities, the activities you think you will do, right? Then, the place, I mean, el lugar, the place where you will be. Then, what your friends, right? Repeat, what your friends and relatives and family will do, right? Before starting, look at the example and use it as a guide, right? For example, I mean, in the 2026, I see myself, remember, repeat, in 2026, I see myself, me veo a mí mismo, I see myself enjoying a lot everything. Enjoying a lot everything. I will be working, doing what I love the most. I will be swamped because I will be a father and I will be taking care of my baby, right? For example, right? I think I will be in the series. I think I will be in the city. I think I will be in the city. Right. I don't know what my family and friends will be going. I think my sister will travel a lot. My parents will be enjoying in their house and their life. They will be going out a lot and having fun. That's the way I see myself in the future. Repeat. That's the way, esa es la manera I see myself in the future. Right? see myself in the future. I see myself in the future, right? So this is the last homework for today. Now it's the time for exercise. I mean, it's time to put on in practice all our knowledge, right? Please take a screenshot for the homework. I'm gonna delete all this. Now, exercise. Exercise in plural. Now, the next exercise is this. Complete the next sentence with will or won, right? I mean, complete the next sentence with will or won. Won means will not. Won't is the contraction for will not. Won't and will not, it's the same, right? The same thing, right? The same meaning. Now, the first sentence, sentence A. In this case, it's the next. I think it's going, I think it's going to rain, comma, so bring an umbrella. So I bring an umbrella. The next sentence for this exercise B. She believes, she believes she passed the exam if she if she studies. Exercise C. We we be late if we leave now. Exercise D, they blank come to the party. Come to the party because they have other plans. A, B, C, D, E. My parents in that case blank they're surprised when they heard the news. Right? Now, you have 20 seconds for to try to solve all these exercise. Will or won? What do you decide? Will or won't? Take your time. Tienes 10 segundos más y te doy todas las respuestas. Yes, it's all for this, right? I'm gonna give you the answer for this exercise. Now, the first, will or won't? I think it's going to rain, so I will bring an umbrella. I will bring an umbrella. She believes she passed the exam if she studies. I mean, she believes she will pass the exam if, only if, conditional, she studies. Next, we be late if we leave now. I mean, we won't be late if we leave now. D, they come to the party because they have other plans. I mean, they won't come to the party because they have other plans. And the last, it's my parents be surprised when they heard the news. My parents will be surprised when they heard the news, right? For the last part of this class, I'm gonna give you the way of you can write your the date, right? I mean la fecha. What is the date today? This is the last. Where's the date today? Right? What is the day today? Right? I mean, the structure for the dates in English is the next. First, first goes the month, right? Month. Then day and the last year. Day and the last year. I mean month plus day plus year. For example, today is November. For example, for today, today is November for 14, 2023, right? Remember, the month in English always goes in capitalized, right? And the day is always in ordinal number. I mean, los meses en inglés siempre van en mayúscula y los días van en número ordinal. Es decir, en inglés nos decimos 14 de noviembre. Si nos decimos noviembre, decimocuarto del 2023. Los años en inglés los vamos a leer por pares. 2023, right? Now, this applies for all these dates. Now, I mean, the ordinal numbers is first, second, third, etc. Right? For example, and if you put on the day goes before of the month. I mean, for example, Thursday, June 2nd. Repeat, Thursday, in capitalize, June 2nd, second, 2023. Thursday, June 2nd, 2023. Right? Right. Now, the homework for this is you have to write your date of birth in English. In English. I mean, you have to write your date of birth in English. For example, my birthday, my day of birthday, it's, I don't know, I think Sunday, February, February 26th, 1990, right? Please take note for this and the last exercise. Bueno, esto ha sido todo por el día de hoy. Terminamos, vimos 3 temas, de hecho vimos 4 con el de cómo escribir la fecha en inglés. Y recuerda que si quieres retroalimentación o escribirte a nuestro curso de inglés, se da todos los sábados de 9 de la mañana a 2 de la tarde, ¿vale? De 9 de la mañana a 1 de la tarde son clases normales y de 1 a 2 nos quedamos a regularización para temas que no hayas entendido o que hayas tenido dudas siempre y quieras aprenderlo en ese momento. Entonces, recuerda que estamos en Conamat, Ecatepec, sobre la 3030 a una cuadra del Mexibus San Cristóbal Centro. Es una escuela, así tal cual, tiene unas lonas gigantes que dice Conamat, no hay pierde, Colegio Nacional de Matemáticas. Es blanca con azul marino y recuerda que no solamente tenemos curso de inglés, tenemos también diplomado de matemáticas, curso de Comipems para que puedas asegurar alguna de tus primeras 5 opciones. Está claro que los que no estudian pues no van a alcanzar la meta que buscan, pero si te esfuerzas y te sacrificas un poco, pues claro que vas a alcanzar tu meta. También tenemos curso de Politécnico y de UNAM y alguna otra herramienta educativa que estoy seguro que te va a ser de muchísima, muchísima ayuda. Entonces, esta fue la penúltima clase. Nos vemos el día miércoles para la última clase, que sería ya completando el curso de 30 horas. Y hasta ese día. See you later, guys.